Peace and love, peace and love. Just out here in nature, recharging myself, just meditating on life. Um, Pretty much trying to see where I wanted to take the subject of this video today, where to start from. But I think I'm just gonna freestyle. So, life is an interesting thing, going through different beliefs, um, just the different concepts and perceptions that we go in and out of, because as you consciously grow, I realized on the path through certain information that I read and within myself that you will abandon one truth for a higher truth, and you would keep growing. And I realized a lot of what you want to call them, religious cults, certain belief groups, these names, like names that people call themselves, a certain titles, are all things that men and women must do within the temple of the soul, within the Most High's temple. You are God and God is you. You are one, you are peace, an aspect of the Most High, the I am that I am, that has no name, that's unnameable. So, yeah, there are concepts that you must do within yourself to reach certain states of consciousness. For example, the children of Israel. You have Is, you have Ra, you have El. So the whole concept of creation, how everything is made in creation, is through the one force. But within that force, there are two polarities that have to be present to create what we see around us and beyond in the universe. And that's the masculine and that's the feminine. Electromagnetic, as we see in creation on the physical plane, male and female. So, the concept of God, the Most High, is, Heavenly Father, Divine Mother. It's not one gender, it's both working. And these concepts, going back to the name Israel, Israel, are concepts of masculine and feminine. You have Is, which is Isis, which is just the feminine energy that's within yourself. That's without as well, but the primary is the within. And then you got Ra, not just people would say the sun god, but you got Ra that refers to masculine, and then you got El, or like Elohim, El at the end of Israel. So Is, Isis, Ra, and then you got El, the Elohim. The two, like it says in the Gospel of Thomas, for those who read that record, those energies must become one. And you reach the Godhead within yourself. And as I was saying in my introduction, is that there's an inward process that must happen. So, other videos that I'll be coming with in the future, I will be reading from certain records and, have my setup and stuff. But these are all things that you must start to go within yourself. And me, myself, in life now, I reach, a shout out to Alpha T. Anybody who watches Alpha T channel, I've been watching him. He's on some pretty good information. But me myself, I'm in my life right now where I'm transitioning over into renunciation, renouncing the world. I'm crossing over right now. A lot of experiences that I have been through, certain desires are dwindling down in my heart. And I've become, what I've cultivated, I've become more whole within myself. So, like, I'm renouncing intimate relationships. I'm renouncing, sex. and finding out that the foundation of these scriptures is man degenerating from the fall to sense consciousness, the illusion outside of us, and now we must get back to the pure conscious state, which is regeneration, which is regenerating yourself by the inward fluids that's inside your body, to retain those and to let it spread abroad and feed, to be fruitful and multiply within. So the fruitful and multiply was more of a spiritual concept, more than multiplying physically. This sexual energy, when it raises, because it's brain food, it's made in the brain, when it raises back to the pineal gland and feeds the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, you become more. It's intelligence in that. It feeds the brain. You become more wise, more intelligent when it comes to spiritual information. Your aura field expands. So that's where I'm at in my life right now, of renouncing things. I believe that I've been called, and all of us are, but speaking on my personal walk, that I've been called to become an ascended master, to not re-loop myself back in this creation. And I've had this gut feeling about this for years, maybe almost 10 years ago. I just knew certain things wasn't meant for me. And I see why certain things didn't work out, of course, but I had growing to do within myself, but also the information that I have gathered throughout the years. I see so much more. So when it comes to like females, I have peer friendships with, female friends. I don't cross any boundaries. I'm not desiring to get in anything. There's nothing wrong with marriage, as I tell people, but there's levels and degrees when it comes to information. And me, myself, I'd rather use my energy for my ascension. So the ascension process, it starts with your mind. And the only way out is going within ourselves. We must transmute the energies within and become perfect within. And then the going beyond without, of cultivating the light within your body through certain spiritual practices. Like it says in the New Testament, it says, with patience ye shall possess ye your souls. So that word possess is cultivate. And there's certain spiritual techniques that you do to cultivate more of the light within you and to expand yourself. So yeah, a lot of this is life is just about, it's a school. It's about self-mastery. You will pick up information through your walk. You will lay some information down because you see through the veil. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I feel more whole within myself. I like coming out to places like this, start treating myself out, loving myself more. And my lock journey, these reflects, my growth. As my locks get longer, I get more wise. So it's time, speaking from a man perspective, the women as well, that men and women step up. But my men, it's time for us to really step up out there to become sober in our minds. And the biggest thing is retain your energy. Retain your energy. Keep seeking. Have a pure heart. And the retaining your energy is just like Alpha T was saying in his videos. A lot of these guys that make these semen retention videos, it's not for woman attraction or none of that. It's for your ascension. It's to vibrate higher, and it's to become more intelligent and more whole within yourself. So that's what you want to do, because every time you release yourself, you sacrificing the old for the new. So your light is dimming every time you do that. um, yeah, it's time for us to focus. It's time for us to really get back on what we fell from. It's time for us to have tunnel vision and stay centered within ourselves. So that's where I'm at. It's time for me to, set up my platform, get out here more, make more YouTube videos to spread the wisdom that I have within myself, because I honestly been running from this for some years. Maybe I wasn't ready, but I wasn't rushing it as well, just trying to retain more information. But I've been running from it, but I was like, it's time. It's time to bring more information out. It's time to let my energy signature be known out there. So I just see more through the illusion, the matter of illusion, and nothing outside of myself can fulfill me. You know, there's levels and degrees when it comes to awareness and our consciousness. And everyone, you can't go back and forth with some people because it's not in everyone to what you may have received. The next individual won't be able to receive it because they're not there yet. Certain things that I know now, if someone came to me with this information now, I probably would have rejected it. So there's a time for everything, and you just have to stay open-minded. But yeah, life is beautiful. It's beautiful, you know. Just have order, have structure in your life. Put the universe first, put yourself first, which is putting the Most High God first, and everything else will be added. But the main thing is keep your sexual purity. Keep your sexual purity, because as many of us know, that was the forbidden fruit that was in the midst of the tree. It was in the midst of the tree that we wasn't supposed to eat from. And when it talks about how we became to know good and evil and we became like God, was because before that happened, we only knew good. Then when we transgressed, we knew good and evil. We seen the duality. And now the mind when thinking, it brings forth images. And we seen the polarity in things, and we became curious like children and started to break the law when we only knew good first. But then what we call evil or bad, we started to indulge in the duality. We start to go down more into matter and to spill our elixirs and become more dense. So that's why this is very vital. And it's a matrix made of tricks, or maze. You are in the maze and you have to find your way out the maze. And you running through the maze, but you might reach, and this maze is huge, you might reach, you can't even count many dead ends. You got to turn around and run and go different ways. But you finally get out when you put the pieces together, when you put the puzzle together. So it's an amazing journey. It's an amazing journey. So yeah, I mean, that's all I have for right now. I will continue to keep making content, as I said. In the comment section, if there's any topics y'all like for me to speak on, just bring a topic up in the comment section. Ask questions, I answer them. But yeah, we must go within ourselves We must set a foundation, that sexual purity, having pure thoughts, doing things in order, and just continue to seek. Get into your meditation practices, whether if it's qigong, tai chi, a type of yoga, to cultivate the light, to cultivate more of the soul, your soul essence. So that's all I have for right now. Until next time, I go by Kazak, by the way, and talk to y'all soon.